Hi friends, welcome to Programming Languages for Civil Engineering Students channel. I hope everybody is doing well. And today in this video I am going to tell how to calculate the nodal weights of the particular building. Okay. Some of the viewers asked this question. Okay. So that I will explain as far as possible within a limited time. Okay. Before that we have to understand how the load distribution take place in the building. Okay. You can see here this is the building. From slabs the load will be transferred to the beams, and from beams the load will be transferred to the columns, and from columns it will transfer directly to the ground via footings. Okay. And you can see here for one way slab this is the load distribution diagram. What is that load? That UDL is capital W is equal to small w into Lx by 2 kilonewton per meter. Here small w is nothing but dead loads, live loads, or other earthquake loads or some other loads. Generally we will take only the dead loads and live loads. Okay, this is clear. You know what is meant by one way slab. One way slab is nothing but Ly by Lx greater than 2. Longer span by shorter span is greater than 2, then we can call it as a one way slab. Okay, one way slab. Then coming to two way slab, you can see here load transfer diagram of the two way slab. This is the load distribution diagram of two way slab. Okay, you can see here there are two types of load distribution diagrams. One is the trapezial load distribution diagram, and the second one is triangular load distribution. And this is the formula for to calculate the UDL from this trapezial shape. W is equal to small w Lx into 0.5 1 minus 1 by 3 into c square. C is nothing but aspect ratio, that is Ly by Lx, that is kilonewton per meter. Okay. Similarly this trapezium rods will be transferred to this beams, that is nothing but small w into Lx by 3 kilonewton per meter. Okay. These formulas are very important to calculate the UDL acting on the beams, and this UDL will be transferred equally to the columns, that is WL by 2. Okay, this is all about. And you can see here this is a sample diagram, a sample plan of the building. You can see here this is a 3 span. Okay, 3 spans in x direction and 1 span in y direction. That is a 4 meter in y direction, and first span 3 meter length, and second span 5 meter length, and third span 3 meter length. And I have assumed some load. Okay, live load or dead load, whatever it may be. I assumed 3 kilonewton per meter square is acting on the slab. In the second floor, a second slab, 5 kilonewton per meter square is acting, and the third slab 3 kilonewton per meter square load is acting on the slab. And then we have to find UDL, that is W. We have to find capital W kilonewton per meter. Okay, by using the above mentioned formulas. Okay, then this UDL, okay, this UDL will transfer this load to the columns equally. We know that the UDL, the reactions is WL by 2, that is WL by 2. Here L is nothing but this shortest span direction, that is Lx is equal to 3. Then you will get a load. Okay, then you get the load. This load will be transferred to this column. Similarly this second beam, you can see here this second beam, the load will be transferred from not only this slab but also second slab. So we have to add 2, that is WL by 2 means W3 by 2 into W5 by 2. Then we have to add both of the loads. Okay, both loads, and this load is nothing but nodal weight at this point. Okay, nodal weight at this point. Similarly this node and this node also, this is the way to find the nodal weights of the building. Okay, nodal weights of the building. As far as possible, our idarc 2D is only regarding only two dimensional, so that we have to take only one frame. So I have taken only this frame. You can see here blue color, I have taken only this frame. Then you have to give the node numbers. Okay, nodal weights in the idarc tool. Okay, just I will open the idarc. A title, I'm giving the title as a default, and okay, I will give some g. Okay, g story. Okay, the number of stories, obviously I will take only one story. Number of identical frames is one. Number of different concrete material one. Number of steel material, I am taking only one material, and include p delta effects if possible. You can, this is for high rise buildings, we have to include the p delta effects, otherwise no problem. Then flexibility distribution, I am taking the uniform flexibility distribution. Then next, the number of column types. Number of column types, how many column types? Only one column type, means the columns is same uniform dimensions, and the number of beam types is same one. Then we don't have provided any shear walls, edge column types, and transverse beams, rotational springs, viscoelastic. We are not providing this, so you put all these terms 0. Okay. Then coming to number of columns, in this number of columns is how many columns for this frame? 1 2 3 4, 4 columns. Okay, you write 4 columns. Okay, number of beams, how many beams are there in this particular two dimension frame? 1 2 3, 3 beams. Okay. Then number of shear walls, and we are not providing anything, so you put as 0. Okay, and you change the units to inch, from inch kips to kilonewton. Then number of types of hysteresis rules, you can put a 1. If you want to get accuracy, then you have to increase the number of hysteresis rules. Okay, then next. Okay, then elevation of the storage, that is generally 3 meter, that is 3000 mm. Then number of duplicate frames, there is only one frame. And number of column lines, any column lines? Sorry, how many column lines? 1 2 3 4. Okay, 4 column lines. 4 column lines are there. Then next, then you can see here j1 j2 j3 j4, that is that nothing but in first story. Obviously in this problem only we have taken only the one story, and this is nothing but j1, means j1 is nothing but joint 1 nodal weight. J2 means joint 2 nodal weight. J3 means joint 3 nodal weight. J4 means joint 4 nodal weight. Okay, just you give by calculating manually. Okay, by calculating manually, or if you want to get exact results, you just go for start pro ETABS, and then you can calculate the nodal weights very easily. But just you better to calculate in manually is very easy. Okay, you can see here j1 unit weight is, I am taking some 35 kilonewton. 35 kilonewton on 100 kilonewton. For j2 I am taking the weight as 150 kilonewton, and for j3 I am taking 150 kilonewton, and for j4 I am taking again 100 kilonewton, because all these are symmetric frame. Okay, symmetric along y-axis. So this is the way to give the nodal weights in inspect, that is idarc 2D GUI. Okay, then you can calculate by using the earthquake response, by using earthquake accelerogram. Then you can find the incremental dynamic analysis, or you can find the push over analysis by using this idarc tool or inspect GUI. Okay, inspect is nothing but GUI for idarc. Okay, this is all about how to give the nodal weights, how to calculate nodal weights, and how to input the nodal weights in inspect idarc 2D. Okay, anyway, if you have any doubts, you can post. Definitely I will post another video by calculating the by performing the push over analysis for two-story building. Okay. Okay, anyway, this once again, this inspector to idarc 2D is very useful tool to assess the performance of the building, how building performed during the earthquakes, how to find the age of the building. Okay, how to find the age of the building, and all these things we can calculate by using this inspect. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching this video. Thank you.